Welcome back. I'm Emily Rose.
And I'm Dan Philgreen. This is Shell Point Today for Wednesday, November 22nd.
That's right, Dan. Wednesday, November 22nd.
I'm starting to get hungry already.
I'm so excited for tomorrow. It's going to be great.
It's going to be fun.
I'm a little nervous though. My job is to make the sweet potatoes and I haven't done them before. And so my mom sent me home with the recipe. So I have to go home and do that tonight.
Put the little marshmallows on top. You can do it.
I know. I hope so. I hope it turns out good. Well, on today's show, we will take a look back at the annual employee turkey handout. Associate Pastor Don Poland and Mackenzie Millis will discuss how you can get involved this Christmas season. Wellness Manager Michelle Tompkins will offer some healthy holiday tips. And to bring the show to a close, we will take a seat in David Lee's kitchen for another installment of Culinary Capers. But first, let's find out what's happening around the community. Dan?
Okay, well, you can join the talented group Jazz and Stuff this afternoon for their lively performance in the newly renovated Grand Cypress Room. Enjoy hearing sounds from percussion, brass, woodwinds, the piano, and even a bass. Make sure to be there before the room fills up at 2:30.
For the past 34 years, the Fort Lauderdale Christmas pageant has been wowing audience goers with their one-of-a-kind celebration. This holiday spectacular features a cast of more than 300 performers who continue to put on a more dynamic show than the years before. This year, you have the opportunity to attend the pageant, a picnic lunch, and delicious sit-down dinner at Chuck's Steakhouse. The trip takes place on Saturday, December 16th, and the cost is $150 a person, which includes transportation, orchestra-level tickets, and delicious dining options. Court pickups begin on the island at 8:45 in the morning, and you are expected to return back to Shell Point around 9:15 that evening. So if this sounds like something you might be interested, please book your seats now before they fill up.
As a reminder, the Shell Point Salon and Spas will be offering a one-day only Black Friday special on all hair, skin, and nail products. This 25% off voucher will get you a great deal on some of the latest and greatest cosmetic products available. On top of that, you can visit the community thrift store either this Friday or Saturday for a 50% off savings on everything in the store. If you're looking for Christmas gifts this year, decorations, or more, then you won't want to miss this beautiful seasonal sale.
As we mentioned earlier, today is Thanksgiving Eve, and at 7:15 this evening, you are invited to join residents and employees for the annual Thanksgiving Eve service inside the Village Church. Pastor Andy Hawkins will lead the worship. VP of Human Resources Karen Anderson, Communications Manager Sarah Nadal, and Employee Chaplain Scott Aiding will also speak at this event. Residents Renee Maxwell and Jane Haynes will also share some of their expressions of the holiday, along with the Shell Point Singers and Village Church Choir. So please, if you don't have any plans tonight, come give them thanks with your fellow neighbors and friends.
And continuing on the topic of giving, there is still time to stop by any of the various drop-off locations with your canned soup. And if you're coming to tonight's service, you can bring them with you then. Now, if you haven't had a chance to purchase any, you can always make a monetary donation with a check written out to the Harry Chapin Food Bank, with South Fort Myers Food Pantry included in the memo line. This is such a small effort that it goes a long way for those in need.
You know, it's really nice to see all of these things that Shell Point do for the community and for employees and others, like the child Christmas box. I know that they've received over 400 shoe boxes, which is amazing. Yeah, right. And the canned soup drive is another way to give back. And I know employees, too, last week. It was the turkey.
I always
handout.
appreciate the turkey.
Yeah, this is my first year here during the holiday season, so I was just so impressed with how everything that they do for us.
It's a long-standing tradition.
It really is. And as I mentioned last week, we did stop by the employee turkey handout to find out what it was all about.